Hey guys, what is happening? This is Saber. Welcome to John Terry's Road to Redemption episode 4, and we are heading for Division 4 despite mixed results. We're nearly there. Can we do it today? This is the team as it currently stands. Jack666W commented on my Show Me the Inform episode that Kone could be used in John Terry's Road to Redemption, and he's right, although I will have to spring him from the bench because it's the wrong formation, so his chemistry won't be perfect. And into the first match today, we were faced up against a difficult team, pretty much Manchester City, so it's always going to be a rough day. From the kickoff, both teams were looking to attack, but unfortunately both were kind of timing their runs wrong, and the linesman said, no, that's enough of that. Both early attacks flagged as offside, and they would have opened up into good scoring opportunities. Minutes later, we did manage to time our run right. A lobbed through ball set off a 3-on-1 attack, Noble Lazarus charging through, passes it across calmly to Thomas, who is on hand, and makes it 1-0 easily. Sadly, despite our strong start and the strong start overall, it did take quite a while for another opportunity to arise. In the end, Thomas was at the centre point once again, fires in a shot, keeper saves, but Cisse on his debut is on hand to knock in the rebound. My defenders as well were staying organised, keeping on their toes and shutting down any attack, which is just as well considering the amount of talent in my opponent's front line. We kept pushing on, and when you're on the attack, FIFA tends to reward you. We got a weird enough free kick. We decided, maybe we'll take this quickly. The run was on, Noble Lazarus charging through, takes a shot straight to the goalkeeper, and my opponent paused. Enough was enough, it seemed, and the connection was dropped. A good game overall, I'm proud of my team, and we pick up a couple of 100 coins. However, the biggest thing about this game is that we picked up the 3 points and we won the title. We claim a trophy at long last. Now you can celebrate, Terry, and no one will take the piss out of you. So it's time to face the big bad world of Division 4 and see what's in store for us. I'm sure there'll be plenty of difficult teams in our near future. And first up was one of those difficult teams. Look at this Premiership side. Plenty of pace, plenty of power, and plenty of threatening options up front. It could be a long day for the defenders. And it was my opponent who got off to the better start, running down the wing and a nice little pass inside. Keeper made a good save though. Despite his strong side, we managed to threaten, although I think Cisse is a little too cocky after his debut goal. We'll need to have words. One thing that annoys me for some reason is when people try the short kick out. It annoys me even more when I don't punish them for it. We kept pushing, and one of my underrated players is Noble Lazarus, always threatening, and he was unlucky to see this shot drift wide, although apparently took the slightest of deflections. For some reason, my confidence is down when it comes to the one-on-one situation. And here, I wasn't able to take past the goalkeeper and for some reason didn't just take the shot. And then, my opponent punished me. Well, I only have myself to blame. We had a great opportunity just before half-time. Once again, Thomas whipping in the cross and Cisse was there, unlucky to see it smash off the outside of the post. And again, after a good opportunity, we let our guard down at the back and our opponent just walks in and finishes it off between two players. But we refused to give up and we came out in the second half fighting. Noble Lazarus charging into the box, he's taken down and it's a penalty. Once again we tell Terry that his time will come. Cisse is on hand to tuck it home. It may seem like an odd thing to say when you're 2-1 down, but I didn't really rate my opponent all that much. Although credit where credit is due, he did know how to shoot, he knew where the sweet spots were, and look at this finish from Van Persie. Unbelievable. I've been watching a bit of FIFA Rally recently and he's been showing off the overhead flick. I used it beautifully here. Noble Lazarus once again getting clear. An unbelievable player for a bronze. But again I have that crisis of confidence, tried to take it around the goalkeeper instead of taking the shot. And yes, you guessed it. My opponent made me pay once again, although he had some assistance from my goalkeeper who lost the plot. Just catch the ball. My defenders' heads just dropped really. No confidence at the back, and my keeper wasn't exactly much help with this chance either. But I need to sort out my whole crisis of confidence with the one-on-one opportunity. Once again, in the 90th minute, we were clear. Cisse for some reason passes it to himself, but he gets back on the ball. Instead of passing it across to the player who's there, he decides to just stand with the ball and run into the goalkeeper. I've never been more glad to hear the full-time whistle. Although I'd appreciate if FIFA didn't make me wait around watching the highlights until my opponent decided to press A as well. So once again I was left looking at my forward line, thinking that we weren't clinical enough and we needed some extra edge. I hit the transfer market and came out with Jay Simpson, a handy enough silver player, pretty decent stats, good pace on him, and I got him for 150, which I considered a bit of a bargain. In his first game, he would feel right at home as he was coming up against a silver team. The lads apparently were out in force, but the chemistry wasn't that great on them. They haven't quite clicked as a bunch just yet. Maybe they need to go out for a weekend in Amsterdam. My opponent showed his hand early on and showed exactly what his tactics was going to be. He had pace on the wing and he wasn't afraid to use it, so I needed to be on my toes. But Simpson, right from the off, was willing to prove himself, got into a good bit of space, fired in the shot, but unfortunately just wide. It's likely that Simpson is going to be a fan favourite considering his debut. Look at him here, a little bit of trickery, turning the defence inside out, and then giving the pass to Cisse, who unfortunately didn't expect the ball to come to him, and the shot was poor. But Simpson kept giving it his all, again turning the defence inside out, feeds Cisse with a nice pass, he opens up his body, gets a bit of space, and does test the goalkeeper this time. Simpson was clearly getting under the skin of his defenders, who decided to go through him for a shortcut. And then Cisse got spurred into action. He decided he wasn't going to let this young upstart show him up. Danced to the left of one defender, spun inside out another defender, and then look at this finesse shot in off the post. Amazing stuff. Cisse was a tank in this game and the defence knew it. Look at the defender holding him, hanging off him literally, and eventually gives away the free kick. Shooting from free kicks may not be my strong point in FIFA 13, but look at this cross, whipping it in. John Terry with his first goal for the club at long last. Look at this even in the highlight reel. He worked for this so hard to get past his defender and nod it home. Of course, we couldn't give our opponent any break at all. A lovely through ball to Noble Lazarus, who took a great touch, but an amazing tackle from behind. It falls to Cisse, and absolute chaos broke out in the box, but my opponent managed to get it clear in the end. I really like how the front three are fitting together. Noble Lazarus, as you can see here, causing defences problems, and Simpson gets into good positions, gets good shots off. Unlucky to see a shot saved here. Now, as I said, I had sussed what my opponent was going to do from early on, but my opponent decided to finally change his tactic, and it worked for him, although in the most ridiculous way possible. The ball eventually falls to Phillips, who smashes it home. And then Terry gave away a free kick in a good position. My opponent whipped it in, and my defence just wasn't on hand to clear it. We brought on Kone to give us that extra oomph up front, and he had his chance coming towards the end of the match. The last 10 minutes, Simpson gets wide. Simpson beats the defence. Simpson whips it in. Kone puts it wide from about 6 yards. And I can tell you, he will never leave the subs bench again. 2-2 is how it finished, and I was disappointed and annoyed with this game, I have to say. I felt I was on top, I felt I deserved better, but I just didn't take my chances. And I coughed up 2 pretty easy goals. So sadly, we must end the episode on a slightly frustrated note. As always, let me know how you think I can shore up my team in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the series and the episode, of course. If you're new, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to keep up to date with new videos, and follow me on Twitter at Saber0001. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll catch you again soon with another video.